Good morning, YouTubians. It's Kermit's Ghost. This Monday, the 19th of August 2024, so just 5 more days to the YouTuber meetup in London, so that's getting close. It's a Blu-ray release day today, so I'm going to head up to HMV and film all the latest releases. I'm after 2 titles, but I'm not going to show them this week. I'm going to watch them first and show them next week. And I do have some pickups I made during the week to show you today, as well as some subscriber mail as well. So join me as I head up to the city. I'm going to grab a latte along the way, and then I'll bring you back and show you what I picked up. Let's go. Apparently somebody accidentally set off the fire alarms, so we had to wait here for half an hour. So I finally made it into HMV, and the first one to show you is a re-release of the 4 Western box set from Arrow called Blood Money. And in this we have $10,000 Blood Money, Vengeance is Mine, Find a Place to Die, and Metallo. £54.99 for this set, and it carries a 15 certificate. Lover's Lane from Arrow next. This 1999 horror slasher is the standard release, which doesn't come with a slipcover, but priced exactly the same at £17.99. This one carries a 15 certificate. Next is the Japanese martial arts Street Fighter trilogy, which consists of the Street Fighter, Return of the Street Fighter, and the Street Fighter's Last Revenge, all made in 1974. This box set is priced at £24.99, which is pretty good for these 3 movies. Ninja Scroll, the series, the Ultimate Collection from MVM Entertainment next. This is Season 1 from 2003. It's priced at £29.99. It carries a 15 certificate and a runtime of 300 minutes. Why Raeliana Ended Up at the Duke's Mansion next. This is Season 1 of an animated show from last year that is about a character in a novel who is trying to avoid being killed for the second time. This is priced at £39.99 and has a runtime of 300 minutes. Next is Star Trek Discovery, the final season, which is Season 5. And this sees the crew of the Discovery hunting for an ancient power, but they're not alone in the search. This has 4 discs and includes almost 2 hours of special features and has a runtime of 577 minutes. This is priced at £27.99. There's also a box set of the entire show, Seasons 1 to 5, which has 21 discs, and this one is priced at £99.99. Next title is Sting, and this has the exclusive HMV slipcover, and very nice it is too. As you may be able to tell from that cover, it's a horror film about a large, out-of-control alien spider that is terrorizing an apartment block. This is priced at £14.99, and it carries a 15 certificate. Next we have The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. Now if you know the main show, you'll know this is a spin-off following Michonne and Rick. I'm guessing they're trying to reunite as they became separated in The Walking Dead. I don't know, I've not seen this show. £21.99 for this title today. Up next is You're Next. This is a re-release by Second Sight. Lionsgate actually released this in 2011, and you can still buy this for $6.99 on Amazon or HMV's website. But the Home Invasion movie is back again for £17.99 on Blu-ray. It's also a 4K version, which I think is a first-time release for that one. That is priced at £24.99. There's also a limited edition release priced at £39.99. One to get, I suppose, if you are a super fan of the movie. And the same thing's happening again, but this time with the horror film The Strangers, another re-release. This one is from 2008. Okay, this one is out of print, but you can get the old release from CEX still for £5. This one new is priced at £17.99 and is also from Second Sight. This one carries a 15 certificate. Night on Earth next on the Criterion label. This is a comedy drama from 1991 directed by Jim Jarmusch and starring Winona Ryder and Gina Rowlands, who sadly passed away just 5 days ago. This one is priced at £22.99 and carries a 15 certificate. Next is The G, a crime thriller from last year, and this stars Dale Dickey from Breaking Bad and My Name is Earl. In this, she is playing Anne Hunter, aka The G, a grandmother seeking revenge for being put in a home and a property taken. This one is priced at £14.99 and it carries a 15 certificate. Ikaru next, a Japanese tragedy from 1952. This is directed by Akira Kurosawa. It's about a dying man who is trying to find meaning to life when his son has no interest in his well-being and his wife has long since passed away. This 2-disc set is priced at £19.99 and carries a PG certificate. 3 Men in a Boat next, a 1956 romantic comedy set in the Edwardian era. This sees these men take a boating holiday up the Thames and the mishaps they land themselves in along the way to Oxford. This also stars Jill Ireland, who ended up marrying Charles Bronson some 12 years later. This one is priced at £14.99 and carries a PG certificate. Okay, I'm popping back into CEX again this week, but this time I'm looking for out-of-print titles. First title is the Basket Case Trilogy. CEX want £18. Expect to pay 46 plus on Amazon, but they are cheaper on eBay, so check there first. Next is Black Magic 2 from 88 Films, £18 in CEX, and this isn't available through Amazon, even used. So on eBay, cheapest is £37, jumping up to £60. CEX has 2 copies, and the other one has a slipcover, same price. Here is Brave Archer from 88 Films, again £18, but on Amazon you have to pay £44 for a used copy, and on eBay it ranges from £24 to £45. Here we have Terrorhawks in CEX for £25. Now Amazon want £35, but that's a new copy, so probably old stock I'm guessing. And eBay want anything from £29 to £104, which is quite a big gap. Here is Phenomena with the window slip box limited. It's £6 from CEX, but on Amazon they got one used for £23, and on eBay they range from £17 to £50. Paper Tiger in CEX, £20. Amazon have a new copy for £110, whereas on eBay it's £17 to £22. Can't see Amazon selling their copy somehow. Prisoners of the Lost Universe are £20 in CEX. Amazon want £35 for a used copy, and eBay sell it from £25 to £81. Hey everybody, welcome back. So I've got some subscriber mail to show you, which I've already opened. I've got a title that came out last week, one that came out about a month ago, and a very old back catalogue title as well. So let's crack straight on with it. Okay, first thing I'm going to show you is some Blu-ray movies. There will be a link in the description below to his channel. Check him out. Roy contacted me a few weeks ago saying that he'd picked up some documentaries in a charity shop and would I like to have them? Obviously I did. Else I wouldn't be talking about them otherwise. Now these arrived last week. I wanted to watch them before talking about them. So let's go. Oh, actually I'm going to start with the note that he included in the parcel. And then after the disc, I'll show you some slip covers that Roy included in the package. So we have the note, and I'll put it up in the corner so you can read along with me. It says, "Hey Alan, I hope all is well on the sunny south coast." Oh, it's been lovely lately, hasn't it? "And the movie room is progressing well in Kermit Towers." Well, you know, it's coming along, it's getting there. "Here are the 3 nature Blu-rays I promised you. I've also included some slip cases I no longer require as I've put the discs into sleeves." Okay, all the best mate, Roy, aka Blue Roy. I'll show those slip covers at the end of the 3 documentaries. Okay, so the first of the documentaries that Roy has kindly sent my way is BBC Earth, Power of the Planet. This is presented by Dr. Ian Stewart, who, in case you don't know, is a geologist from Scotland. There are 2 discs in this set featuring 5 episodes overall. Now, disc 1 covers volcanoes, atmosphere and ice, whereas disc 2 covers oceans and rare earth. Now, some of the graphics in here are a little bit dated, but the nature shots more than make up for that. This aired in 2007. Each episode is around the 59-minute mark and an overall runtime of 295 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So on the inside, you'll see the discs there. Both of them have a separate image. So that was Earth, Power of the Planet. Okay, next one is BBC's Nature's Great Events, which is also a double disc as well. And this one's narrated by Sir David Attenborough, who is, 98 years old now, bless his cotton socks. Now, this one features the Great Melt, the Great Salmon Run, and the Great Migration. Each episode is around 59 minutes long. Also includes the making of each episode at the end of the disc, which usually runs for about 10 minutes or so. And disc 2 covers the Great Tide, followed by the Great Flood, and then finally the Great Feast. Now, this is from 2009, so Sir David Attenborough would have been about 83 years old when he narrated this documentary. This is available to buy in America as well, but the title has been slightly changed to Nature's Most Amazing Events. Now, the picture quality, as you would expect, is absolutely outstanding. So let's take a look inside. Again, 2 disc set with an image on both discs. You've also got the titles of the episodes on each one as well. So that was Nature's Great Events. Okay, last of the documentaries is South Pacific. This is another BBC presentation, and this one is narrated by Benedict Cumberbatch. There are 6 episodes in this documentary, which aired in 2009. 3 episodes per disc. Disc 1 has Ocean of Islands, Castaway and Endless Blue, whilst disc 2 has Ocean of Volcanoes, Strange Islands and finally Fragile Paradise. Now this, as they all do, shows nature at its most beautiful and most brutal as well. These are really nice to pop on in the background. You can either just listen to the narration or be completely amazed by the picture quality. It's got a total runtime, this one, of 353 minutes, which equates to around 59 minutes per episode. Let's take a look inside. So the front cover image has been put onto each disc. So that was South Pacific. So as mentioned earlier by both myself and the note, Roy has kindly sent me over some slipcovers. The first one in the batch is for The Wizard of Oz, so I need to find my copy of the movie. So I'm afraid I already have the 75th anniversary slipcover for this movie, and it happens to be the lenticular slipcover as well. So I'll pop that back on the shelf there. So I will keep this sing-along cover because I use it as a spare. The colours on it are very vibrant, and I do like that cover image as well. The next slipcover is for Momentum. This is an action thriller from 2015 directed by Stephen Campanelli. I knew I didn't have the slipcover for this, and here it is with the Blu-ray already snug inside, ready for the shelf. And you may notice that the title is in red with raised lettering on the cover and the spine. Okay, so the next slipcover is for Red Sparrow, and I'm going to try and remove those price tags before I put the movie inside. Okay, the HMV price tag was putting up a fight, so out comes a lighter fluid. I need to apply just enough to soak into the remnants of that price tag. I'll leave it after this for a few minutes and see if that helps at all. I think I may have put a little bit too much on, but we'll see how it goes in about 5 minutes. Okay, next slipcover is for Safe House, the Denzel Washington and Ryan Reynolds 2012 action thriller directed by Daniel Espinosa. I already checked and I do not have the slipcover for this already, so I'll grab the movie. Here it is next to Safety Last. So I will quickly slide the Blu-ray inside the slipcover, and there we go. And then back on the shelf. Okay, it's a little bit snug up there now, so I may have to move the films along by one. Okay, Premium Rush. I don't own this movie, and to be honest, I've never heard of it, which is surprising given the synopsis and the fact that it has Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Michael Shannon. I'll keep all of it and track the movie down. The next slipcover is for Mary Magdalene, a biblical drama from 2018 with Rooney Mara as a title character, Joaquin Phoenix as Jesus Christ, and Chiwetel Ejiofor as Peter. And here it is with the Blu-ray housed in the slipcover and heading back to the shelf next to Mary Poppins. So the next one is for the Magnificent Seven remake from 2016, which I think is a very good Western. I do, however, already have the slipcover, so this is going to have to go in my spares pile. Okay, so back to Red Sparrow. That price tag did take off some of the cover itself, but I did manage to salvage most of it. So here we go. On the shelf, looks lovely next to Red Sonja. So a big thank you to Roy for sending over those documentaries and the slipcovers as well. You, mate, I'm a star. Next one to show you is Bob Marley, One Love. Now, this is a biopic starring Kingsley Ben-Adir as the Jamaican singer-songwriter Bob Marley. The movie opens 1976 with the announcement of a peace concert being held by Bob during the civil unrests in Jamaica in the hopes that it would bring people together and stop a possible civil war. But shortly before the concert, Bob, his wife Rita and other band members are all shot whilst they're relaxing in Bob and Rita's house. Rita's actually shot in the head. Rita, by the way, is being played by Lashana Lynch, who you may know from Captain Marvel, where she played the character of Maria Rambeau. So, anyway, miraculously, none of the shootings were fatal, and they rest up, and shortly after being released from a lengthy stay in hospital, they perform the concert, and it's a success. 3 months later, Bob moves to London with the band to record some fresh music, whilst Rita travels to America with the children to stay with Bob's mother for safety. But it isn't long before she rejoins Bob in the UK. I won't say any more, but there's still plenty going on. Obviously, Bob Marley fans will know what happens leading up to his untimely death in 1981, aged just 36 years old. I wasn't aware of anything Bob Marley had achieved in his life. All I knew was a few of his songs, and now I do, and that is the great thing about these biopics. You can learn so much from these movies. I'm glad that I picked this one up. It only cost me £6. Also stars James Norton as Bob's record producer Chris Blackwell, and it's also Michael Gandolfini as Howard Bloom. He dealt with the public relation and the image side of the business. This one's got a runtime of 1 hour 47 minutes. It's worth checking out. Let's take a look inside. The slipcover and the cover have the same image, and there is a plain blue disc. So that was Bob Marley, One Love. Okay, next title. This gets a little bit complicated, so stick with me. It's a network release of The Importance of Being Earnest. It's a comedy from 1952 that's based on the Oscar Wilde play of the same name from 1895, and this is directed by Anthony Asquith, who actually cleverly adapted the screenplay as well. This stars Margaret Rutherford, who's playing Miss Prism, but I'm going to circle back to her in just a moment. The film actually centres around two men, Jack, who's being played by Michael Redgrave, and Algernon, or Algie as he's referred to in the film, being played by Michael Dennison, who you may know was in Angels 1-5, where he played squadron leader Peter Moon in that. Anyway, these two men have each concocted fake people to give them an excuse to slip away and visit for a few days. Jack, who lives in London, he's invented his brother called Ernest, and Algie, who lives in the country, has invented a disabled friend called Bunbury. Now, Jack happens to be in love with Algie's cousin, Gwendolyn, and Algie is in love with Jack's ward, Cecily. A ward is someone who is appointed legal guardianship. Jack is going under the name of Ernest while he visits Gwendolyn's home to try and woo her, but unfortunately for Jack, Gwendolyn's mother, Lady Bracknell, looks down her nose at him because she's a bit of a snob and he was abandoned as a child in a handbag in London Victoria Station. Later, back home, Jack's ward, Cecily, she becomes infatuated with the idea of Jack's fictional brother Ernest, just from hearing stories about him, which is complicated further by the surprise visit from Algie, now going by the name of Ernest, who Jack has just declared dead. Confused? So was I for a while. But I'm going to leave the story there. There is a huge twist in this that M. Night would be proud of. Margaret, by the way, is playing the forgetful governess who made a big mistake at the start of the film, which you don't see, but it's key to the ending. It's got a runtime of 1 hour 35 minutes, and this is a lot of fun, worth checking out. Let's take a look inside. The front cover image has been put onto the disc. There is a 16-page booklet, and on the reverse of the cover there are various original poster images. So that was The Importance of Being Earnest from 1952. Okay, next and last is Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. This is a post-apocalyptic action movie from this year that was written, produced and directed by George Miller, the man behind every single Mad Max film in the franchise, so you could say this was his baby. Talking of which, he also made Babe, Pig in the City and Happy Feet 1 and 2. Now the film opens with a teenage version of Furiosa being abducted by three bikers with the aim of taking her back to their leader Dementus. The young Furiosa at this point is played by Lila Brown, and Dementus is being played by Chris Hemsworth. Now, after Dementus has had Furiosa's mother crucified for trying to rescue her, he takes a young Furiosa under his wing, keeping her handcuffed and locked in a cage. What a warm and cuddly man he was. Dementus gets word that the girl is from the Green Place, which is a place where vegetation, water and food are in abundance, so naturally he makes it his mission to try and find this area, given that he's from nothing but a radioactive wasteland. So it becomes a bit of a road movie and a revenge movie as well. Dementus' first port of call is Hamilton Joe's Citadel. Joe you'll know from Fury Road. He's that guy that had the gas mask permanently attached to his face and that plastic six-pack waistcoat contraption thing that he wears. Now Dementus doesn't get far against Joe and his army, but later he attacks his oil refinery, aka Gastown, in the hopes of having a bargaining chip. And during negotiations, Furiosa is handed over to Joe and placed in his concubine. I won't say it anymore, but I will mention that Furiosa has a tattoo on her arm showing the location of the Green Place, and if you've seen Fury Road you'll know the significance of that. Talking of which, this leads very nicely into Fury Road. Also stars Anya Taylor-Joy as an adult Furiosa and Tom Burke as Praetorian Jack. He's a driver of the war rig and kind of a love interest to Furiosa. This has got a runtime of 2 hours 28 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So the slipcover and the cover have the same image. We have a plain blue disc and a double eco case. Hooray! So that was Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. So that was it, but before I go, I want to say another big thank you to Roy for sending over those documentaries and the slipcovers, and remember, a link to his channel will be in the description below. So that was it. Have you seen any of those? Plan to pick them up or just want to leave a comment? Then do so down below. I will read every single one and try to reply if I have the time. Give the video a thumbs up, it really does help the channel, and subscribe if you haven't, it's all free. Why wouldn't you? And on that note, all that's left to say is thank you so much for choosing my channel today and watching my video. Take care. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.